Hi, guys. Welcome, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Welcome, everyone. It says that, well, it's now 5:30 p.m. here, so that should be the time that we start. Welcome, everyone. I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Also, this is a very interactive session, so feel free to ask to join the stage and I will accept that. Um, so, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Okay, so I guess we're just going to start. All right. So, hi, everyone. My name is Maclean Mbepula, and I am a writer on Medium. I am so happy you decided to join this session. It is titled Global Voices, the Other Type of Diversity That the World Also Needs. And if you attended any of my previous sessions and I asked you to show up here, thank you. Thank you for coming. If you didn't and you specifically wanted to be at this one, I want you to understand that this is a very interactive session. So I'm going to talk just for a little bit, and I invite anyone who wants to join me on the stage to do the whole ask to join thing, and then we'll be having a celebration here. Okay, so it's two things. One, we're going to talk about the significance of global voices, and by that I mean you and me. I'm from Malawi, and you are from wherever you are. And the world is beautiful and is unique because of our diversity, our different experiences, our points of view, our worldviews, the cultures we come from, everything that makes you who you are, everything that makes me who I am, and the other person, the other person makes this world beautiful. And it is another type of diversity, in my opinion. So, before I get into that, let me just give you a little bit of information about myself, and then we'll get into the meat of things, and then we'll open it up to have discussions. So anybody who wants to join the stage, do the thing, guys. I really want to talk to you, and I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know your opinion. I want to hear your voice, and I meant it metaphorically when I said it, in the in the title of this session, but your voice matters. And this is the session where you get to just express yourself about how important writing is and your voice and all of that. So, guys, let me give you a bit about myself and then I'll open it up to everyone. I'm a writer on Medium. I write for several publications, including The Data Driven Investor, Illumination, The Startup, and what else? The Writing Cooperative, and a few others. And we are from all walks of earth, from many countries, and it's a pleasure to have you guys. We're gonna talk about gratitude and also our voices. Welcome, Nikita.
Hello.
I'm so happy you joined. Thank you so much.
Thank you for accepting me so quickly. I was waiting for you to finish your thing and then maybe then I'll join. But then you
I'm super excited, so don't mind me. I think I did that because I was so excited to see someone um, want to participate. Okay, so I'll just wrap up what I'm saying and
yes.
then we'll engage. Yeah. Okay. So um, imagine if the whole world was the same, like everybody looked like you, thought like you, believed the same things, etc. It would be pretty boring. I mean, if everybody was like me, it would be a very emotional, very overthinky world, and I don't think I'd want to live there. And we are fortunate that it is not all. Everybody's not like me. Everybody's not like you. We bring all the best of ourselves into this world, and I think that's what makes it a pleasure. And on top of that, the whole point of this session is to celebrate Medium for allowing us to have this platform where we can bring our diverse voices and we can celebrate it. I will share something I'm grateful for, and then I will engage with Nikita and anyone else who wants to take the floor. Okay. So, um, I am grateful for a bunch of things I've benefited from Medium. One of them is I've I've published 3 books. They're on Amazon, 2 poetry books and 1 business book. But now I'm delving into coloring books for kids, and I learned that on Medium there are a bunch of writers who write about how you can do this from scratch. And this one writer, Danny on Demand, I believe he also has a YouTube channel, which I binge watch. And I even bought his book, and I saw all of that on Medium, and I'm getting so much value. I play around with Mid Journey because of him and so many other things. That's something I'm grateful for. I hope that if you feel grateful for something, feel free to join, in moderation, or to leave a comment. You can even leave it anonymously. It's okay. And we will share what you are grateful for that you have experienced or found on Medium. Or if there's something that you've shared on Medium that you're proud of and you're grateful that you had the chance to share it, feel free to step on stage or leave a question, not a question, but your comment as a question, and I will share that with the group. Okay, so that's that. That's one of the things I'm grateful for. I've got other ones, so I'll share with you those as we go along. All right, Nikita.
Hello.
Yay! Hey. So, how are
Hi.
you today?
I am actually doing really, really well today. I'm actually really happy that I got this email about the Medium Day yesterday, and I'm here today and I'm attending these sessions, and I feel so excited about, just sharing my voice because I've always been so scared of being like, what if people don't relate? What if people don't find it relevant? What if they judge me? What if what I'm saying is not right? And just the fact that I'm able to talk to you right now is like me taking that one step forward and being like, you know what? Maybe I can just talk. It doesn't have to be impactful. It just has to be a talk, and that's fine. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. And you know what, Nikita? Of the fears that you said that you had, I've had every single one of those, and I still have them. you know, like one of my biggest fears, even like with this thing, was, oh my gosh, what if no one shows up at these things? And I convinced myself that even if no one shows up, we get to have the recording, so I can always still share these with whomever I think may find value or
Very
whatever.
true.
But everything that you said are fears that many other people have, many other writers. So you're not alone.
I'm realizing that today.
Hmm. So what do you write about?
So, up until now, so I haven't really posted anything. I created Medium because I wanted to write about. So there's this thing called IAC, and this is like a conference about space in general. And so they write these like research ideas or potential possibilities of how we can kind of explore space in the future and so on and so forth. So that's one area that I found really drawn towards, and I wanted to write about that and about sustainability in space. And I would write these articles for myself, but I would never post them because I would like, I'm not an expert, I'm just trying to like do my research on my own wherever I am, like as a student. And so these are like very basic findings, I guess. That's what I felt about them anyway. So like I have them in my drive. Never posted anything. But today I'm like, maybe I can kind of like share, and like it doesn't have to be groundbreaking, it just has to be my own observation, and some people might relate. And this could just be a journey of like educating myself, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be something big, it can just be something really simple, and that's still fine. So yeah.
I, you know what? What you've just said reminds me of how I can't remember where I read it or heard it or whatever, but they say that people who are learning things or experts in something or are on their journey towards something often forget that there was a time they didn't know what they know now. So they, with what they know now, they think, well, what's the point in me sharing this when it's pretty basic? No one would. But there are people like me who have no idea what you just said, but I'm interested in it. I like the idea of space and all that, and maybe you are someone who could present that information in a way that I would find easier to consume than if I had to like read a PhD thesis by someone else.
That was
So
so validating.
yeah, so my point is, please, 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 when you feel like like I'm behind you is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to force you to do anything, but I'm
Yes.
behind you. Like if you post an article anytime soon, hit me up and I will go to your article and I will read it. And for solidarity, I'll either comment or clap. I promise that. Okay. At the very
Thank
least, I'll
you.
comment. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Please
Yes.
share what you have to say. And if there's anyone else who has a comment or whatever that they'd like to share, we want to hear from you. Nikita, can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so even though in the description of this in this session I didn't talk about gratitude,
Hmm.
but I decided to put it in because I thought, hey, why not, right? I mean,
Of
we
course.
have so much to be grateful for. Yeah. So I'm wondering, have you read something on Medium by someone else? Anything that you found like you were happy to have stumbled across it and you learned something, or maybe challenged your views, or maybe made you feel, I don't know, understood or heard or something? And would you be willing to share, you know, summarize what made you happy to find that?
Yes, of course. So, one of this article that I kind of stumbled upon, like on Google Newsfeed from Medium, and that's why I kind of joined Medium, was this article on.
Hi, Suzette. Sorry, I'm just saying hi to Suzette.
That's perfectly fine.
Continue, Nikita.
That said, grow your T-shaped skill set as a UX designer. And I still have it saved on my profile, and I go back to it multiple times when I kind of like want to remind myself that I don't have to be an expert, but like I can kind of like widen my horizon and learn as much as I can. I don't have to be an all-rounder either. It's just about exposing yourself to these different things you can learn and then kind of mix and match and kind of make something that works for your situation in any given project or whatever. And that was really, really helpful for me. So,
Oh, I
yeah.
love that. I love that. But something that keeps coming out when you share it is that I think there's so much value. It's just that feeling, eh, like, okay, I've always had issues of feeling not enough at certain things, and
Mm,
I think sometimes I need someone to remind me that I am enough. What I have to offer is enough. There are people. It may not be for everyone, but there are definitely one or two people who will find it sufficient for them. I'm enough. And I don't know if you do like self talk mantras or whatever to
uh-huh.
but I think that's one thing that maybe if you'd like to think about sometimes is I am enough. What I want to share counts or something like that. But you're more than enough.
Hmm.
Mm.
Um, so like what with what you said right now, one of the things that I've realized recently is that I need to reparent myself on a lot of the beliefs that I have around myself. So I've been trying to like study about this more and more. So like you saying this kind of just is such a pleasant coincidence, really. Um, so I'm gonna kind of really try and it like re-educate or realign myself and be like, you know what, this is okay. It's a step forward. Doesn't have to be something big, and everything is fine. You can just go ahead and do it. So yeah.
I love that so much. I'm also trying to reparent myself. Hi, Suzette.
Hi,
And
Suzette.
I don't know what
thank you
happened.
for. It's all right. Thank you, Nikita, for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go away. All right.
I'm here.
We're having a
I'm here.
party here.
Yes.
Suzette, welcome. I
Well,
mean,
thank you.
Suzette,
Can you hear me?
if you do want to, you can, but I'd love you to say, yes, Suzette, I can hear you. I can also see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
You. I'm good. I saw
Yeah,
this topic and I heard you guys talking and I thought, you know what? I've lived in other countries. I've been in the Peace Corps twice. I want to be part of this.
yay! I love that. Which countries have you visited?
Um, well, I was in New Zealand for 3.5 years when I was a kid. And then when I graduated from college, I joined the Peace Corps and I lived in 4.5 years and then traveled around other countries in Africa. And then 10 years later, I joined the Peace Corps again, and I moved to the West Indies and lived there for a couple of years, little more than 2 years. So, and
Wow.
then live in the U.S. right now.
That sounds like my best life.
Yeah?
Yeah, the travel aspect is amazing.
Yeah, I
And
like traveling.
do you write on Medium?
I just started. I've written one article last maybe 2 weeks ago. But coming to this session, I'm already realizing that I need to write. I was writing about pollution in that article, but it's like, why is it so important for me that the ocean not be polluted? And I need to go deeper and be more personal in the way I write. So, and then I've
Oh,
never shared anything about my travels. So that's something too.
why do you think that is?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is because I think, well, okay, there are two things. One is always the question about whether people will be interested. And then the second one is, what does the world need most right now? And I want my writing to help out, somehow. And so now I'm realizing the more authentic I can be, the better it is, the more people will resonate to it.
Definitely. And Suzette, from what you've just said, it made me remember that I like to write on Medium. I've been writing for a couple of years, and I've only had one article go viral ever, just one, and that happened this year. And it was one that was published in the Writing Cooperative, and it was about me. Me. Well, my first session in this thing, in this Medium day, was titled after that article, and it was titled "How to Keep Your Head Up as a Non-Native Writer." I've written so many things, but the one where I started to talk about my personal experience, my vulnerabilities, the challenges I've faced, and what I've learned, um, to overcome those challenges, is the one that people were interested in, which shocked me, because I thought, how about all these other things that are more like, they're not about me, but they're about a specific topic, which is relevant, it's useful, etc. So I really second what you've said about a more personal approach, and I really support you in that train of thought.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
it
I have
can be hard.
a lot to write about in that way.
Sorry.
I said I have a lot to write about in that way.
Especially the traveling sounds amazing. I mean, it's you have a treasure trove of memories and experiences you can share.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
True.
I'm going to welcome Thesna. Hi, Thesna. And thank you, Suzette. I look forward to reading about your travels. I really, really, really do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thesna, welcome. Oh, and Suzette, I attend to Thesna, I want to know from you, is there anything that you stumbled across on Medium that you are grateful for? Like an article, a tip, something, anything at all? Maybe it made you smile or anything.
Writer named Shauna, I think is her first name. That I've read several of her articles, and she's the only one so far that I've read a lot of. I'm not on that often. I mean, I'm getting a ton of email from Medium, and so I'm just exploring the articles that people write that come in that newsletter.
Okay.
So I haven't really deeply explored Medium itself yet. It's just that one I noticed that I really resonate to, and she talks
Okay.
about writing, how to write fiction,
Uh-huh.
and that sort of thing.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Suzette. So grateful for
Thank
you. I hope to
you.
read your article soon. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, Thesna. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm
How
looking
are
forward.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I'm from Cape Town in South Africa.
Oh,
So
fabulous.
yeah. Anyway, let's move on from there. So I'm looking forward to the session. I have been for a while. It's a pleasure to meet you, Maclean, and everyone else.
Welcome, and I'm glad you've tuned in. Are you a writer on Medium?
Yes.
Okay, what do you write about?
Whew, goodness. Anything that comes to mind. I've written my I'm in a 32-year marriage, in an interracial marriage. So I wrote about us. Um, I wrote about my mom's passing. I write about critical race theory. Goodness, and I write about mostly personal experiences. Um, whatever I've experienced as a child or as an adult. So there's been I've had one just last month. I've had one of my articles boosted, publicized, and boosted. Yes. So I was very oh goodness. I think I was screaming and my kids were looking okay. Moving on now, mother. But yes, I enjoyed it, and it meant so much to me, even if I couldn't earn money from it. So Medium or Swift or Stripe, sorry, isn't in South Africa yet. So I'm not earning any money off it, but I'm enjoying the writing and the experience and joining different publications, because the two that I excuse me, the two that I joined both publicized my work. So I was very grateful for that. Very grateful. And I've had a lot of people following me now as a result of that. When I say a lot, I mean I'm not thousands, but more than what I had in the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, sounds great. But
Thank you.
and you know what? Medium is trying to make strides towards increasing
Yes.
the partner program. I know it doesn't feel good to be from outside of it right now. I just hope that they work on it faster so that
Yes.
everybody can get in on it.
Yes.
But I do know that it's still possible to kind of, for example, there's some people who have e-newsletters. They set those up, and if you have loyal readers, maybe you can consider setting up a Substack account or something like that, so that people
Yes.
who love your articles can still find a way to support you. So Substack is an option. You also have what is this, Patreon? You could look into Patreon as an alternative,
Yes.
where people could support your work. Meanwhile, whilst Medium is working on these other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And
I appreciate it.
congratulations on your boosted article. Oh man, I
I
want to be
promise
like you.
you, you'd swear that I won $1 million the way I was like smiling from ear to ear when I got the email, and everybody was okay. Writing takes a lot out of you, so they
Yes.
didn't get why I was so excited, but it made my week. Oh, it really did.
I
So
know.
I was chuffed.
Oh man. I like I said, I only had one, and I did, like I was like you as well. I was on cloud 9 for days. For
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So Fesna, I've
Yes.
asked this question to the other people who've joined already, and I just want to know: is there anything that you stumbled across on Medium that you're grateful for? Anything could be like, it's like maybe you were having a problem with your computer and you stumbled on something, or you stumbled on some diet that actually worked, or whatever. Anything at all that you are grateful for.
Oh goodness. So I haven't been with Medium for that long. I think it's only been a year and some change. So I'm only starting to sort of get into it now, but I'm grateful for the different publications. I get notifications from different people, and then sometimes I'm when I have time, I scroll through everything. And so I love there's one on growing old that I read. It was so inspiring. I can't remember for the life of me who wrote it, but I read it, and the author doesn't come to mind now. But anyway, it'll come back to me. Excuse me.
Okay. Okay.
So it's that and self-improvement, and I I like the sort of sharing of the what's inside of you, of yourself. And so those are the type of things I'm drawn to on Medium. And I tend to scroll as well. Sometimes, I call it going down the rabbit hole, because I just go and then I end up somewhere else, like somewhere totally different. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yes,
I hear you.
I find the whole platform inspiring right now, to be honest.
Okay, okay, that's great. I'm gonna ask both of you, Suzette and Thesta, one last question. Um, if you have, you may not have the answers to this, but one last question for each of you. I'll start with you, Suzette, if that's okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, what advice, any bit of advice, just one piece of advice, would you give a writer um, about writing? Just one bit of anything that you think, even as basic as you know. So
Okay.
Suzette first, and then Vesna.
It's one that I hearing it over and over a couple of times, and that is, I have this perfectionist attitude in me that I have to get it right from the beginning. Don't do that. It's like, if you're going to write, sit back, put yourself in a light meditative state, choose your subject, and write, 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 write. And then after it's all out, come back and edit. Because what happens is, when you're in that mind space, you make associations in your writing that you wouldn't make if you were in the editing space. And those associations are very often very personal, and those are the ones that get people's attention. So they have to be there if you want articles to be read. So go into that mind space, write, write, write. You're like brainstorming, you're like ranting, or whatever it is you're doing for yourself mainly, and then come back to it when you're a day later, say, and then start editing for sharing.
Wow, thank you. And oh wow, thank you so much. All right. So be free as you write, let it flow, don't edit until after the phase.
Yeah, and don't worry about time. Don't worry about time. Because when you're in that space, there really doesn't feel like there is any time. When you're editing, there's time is pushing at you to be perfect. And that's where I get hung up. So, but it feels the best to me when I'm just like letting it all out first.
Wow.
Then I can
okay.
edit.
I wish we had another
take-
session. I wish we had another session to discuss how to get into flow, because you talked about flow, and I think some people struggle getting into flow. But thank you so much for that. I'm gonna ask Thesna. Thesna, same question. Any bit of advice that you would give another writer? Anything at all?
If there's a story inside you, put the proverbial pen to paper. Everyone has a story to tell. Everybody's life is different. So if you have a yearning inside you, don't doubt yourself. Just put the pen to paper and start writing. And stop expecting perfection or doubting yourself. And I struggled with that in the beginning. Of course, I still do that now. Every time I put an article out. So as long as you know that, years ago I used to sing. So whenever I got on stage, no matter how many times I used to sing, I was nervous. So same with writing. It happens. Every time you're going to put out an article, you'll be nervous. It's okay. Just put it out there. Write and put it out there, and just forget about it then,
Okay, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'm just seeing a warning. If you experience audio problems,
Yes.
please refresh your page. If that doesn't work, would recommend completely restarting your browser. Thank you. Fesna,
Yes.
right. Can you just repeat your that notification? Can you repeat your answer?
The entire one?
Or summarize, sorry.
Oh, okay, no, it's fine. I said that, much like I feel that if you have a burning desire to write, if you have a story to tell, then tell your story. Don't worry about, sometimes it can be overwhelming when you see all these people that are brimming with, or it seems as if they're brimming with confidence. When you're reading people who've been on the site for a while, on the platform for a while, everybody has to start somewhere. Everyone started somewhere. And that was at the beginning. So just put the pen to paper and write. And stop doubting yourself. And it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to sort of think, oh, didn't I? Just do it anyway. Close your eyes and put it out there. And don't worry about how it's received, because either way, it's going to resonate with somebody. And that's what you want. You want some person to say, hey, you know what? I read your thing. Hey, thank you. Thanks for writing it. What did you mean by that? And that's what it takes to just give you the confidence to carry on. But write your story. Don't die with a story inside of you. I think Maya Angelou or one of them said something like that. I'm paraphrasing now, but don't die with a story inside of you. Tell your story. Suzette, that's for you.
No, I know, and I'm thinking about what you're saying, and I'm resonating especially with what is the story, and realizing it's all about emotion. Emotion is where we connect to each other. And stories are often revolve around your fears and how you overcame fears. Yeah.
So enter into flow, like Suzette said, and like Vesna said, tell your story. Everybody has a story inside, and don't be afraid to share that story. Be brave. Is there anything you ladies would like to share before we go?
Yeah. Each person's story, because of the conglomeration of different types of experiences they've had, is really different from anybody else. And that makes people think. It makes readers kind of wake up and open their minds and think, and then and they know it's different, so they're relating to their own lives now, and it gets them to thinking about themselves, which is one of the things that you really want readers to do. It makes them come back more.
Definitely. Vesna, is there anything else that you want to share?
I actually want to know which publication you write for, Maclean. Is it a specific? Because I'm curious to read it now. Yes.
Okay. I write for the Writing Cooperative. I write for Data Driven Investor. I write for The Startup. I write for Illumination, and there are two other publications, but I've forgotten their names.
Okay.
But the one I really like is Illumination. I mean, I love all of them. But Illumination is so quick. Like, you post something, and then in like an hour or two, they've approved it, and
Okay.
But yeah, so quite a number of them.
Okay. All right. I'll look it up and or at least I'll look up your name so I can follow you, because I'm curious now.
I'm also curious about you. I hope you write about your singing. I want to know about that.
In a funny, humorous way, yes, I did.
Oh, it's there on Medium?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm going to look for you.
Thank
people.
you.
And I will follow you guys because you guys are very cool. And also the lady that was there first. Thank you so much. Our time is up. I am grateful for each and every one of you.
Thank you for the time, Maclean. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for being brave. And thank you also you guys that were watching and with us. We value you. We're grateful for you. And we are all part of these global voices that make Medium awesome. So I celebrate each and every one of you, whether you were just watching, whether you got a stage, you are valuable and you are appreciated. Thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of the Medium Day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Suzette.
Bye.